Hello, all. This is Dswank, and I am in Space Engineers, and I'm looking at FM Kerbal Engines by FlakMagnet. Now, what we have here is engines, fuel tanks, and nose cones. And when I'm referring to size of these, I'm going to be referring to the total area that they cover in squares, which is 1, 4, and 9. So here's an example of 4, here's an example of 9, and there's an example of 1. So, what we have the nose cones, and they start getting more and more flat looking texture wise when you look as they get bigger. And you have your fuel tanks, and here I have a nose cone on a fuel tank to show how well they match up, which is pretty good. And then, of course, we get to the engines. And the engines are basically engines that you see in Kerbal. Now, most of the engines in Kerbal were taken and are very low resolution, low poly recreations of actual engines, whether they were in development or not, or just theoretical, and reached the point where their design was drawn on paper. So what we have this a small little one port engine, kind of your low end. We have this, which is a nice little side maneuvering engine. That, at least that's what I use it for in Kerbal. We've got another small little one engine. Got this engine, which I believe is based off of the one that they used for the Apollo missions. This pudgy little sucker. A bigger version of the Apollo. The nuclear engine. Nuclear option, yeah, that one. And then this one, which is huge. It's big. It is 5 by 5, meaning it takes up 25 squares, where the others don't take up that much. So, yeah. These two are 9, or 3 are 9. This is 2, and the others are 1. Now, you may want to know how they compare to vanilla. Some of them are exactly the same power as a vanilla. Some of them are more powerful, but they use hydrogen faster. And others are less powerful, but are more fuel efficient. So, he's got a nice little balance. And I'm willing to bet that their fuel consumption and thrust ratios are probably equivalent to their Kerbal counterparts. So there's quite a bit of detail that went into this. As for the models themselves and the textures on them, I am not sure. Things like this, the textures here, and the textures on the bulbous part of this engine make me think these have been a direct port of the textures and models used in Kerbal, but I'm not sure. You can always have somebody that is a die-hard fan and is trying to make things as accurately as possible, and include things like a seam and stuff like that. So, there's a possibility that this is all home done, and I'm not qualified enough to look at the model and tell, but my gut feeling is that they are probably ports. At least the textures. The models, I'm not sure how difficult it would be porting between games. I always found that, at least back when, back year 2000-ish, it was almost easier to build new models for different games than recycle said models into another. So, yeah. That's back when I actually was doing modding and stuff. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and hit like, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you like the mod spotlights that I do. If there's anything more that you would like to see from the mod spotlights, please tell me. I would love to make sure I'm doing what you all would like to see. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.